And
Emotions
people who are
class, tapping with the
sensitive
Indian woman.
sometimes feel more of everything. And so we'll go to the sensory cortex, to the motor cortex, and we'll try to combine and bring ease to that brain and mind. So when you look at things, you don't have the angst, but you can, because it's not in our hands. Everything is not in our hands. The minute you realize that there's only so much one individual can do, then that sort of helps you to ease down. That is, the control is not with you. You only have a certain amount of control on your life and on your body. There's a part of your body which is subconscious, right? Which you don't even know how it works. But it has a connection with your conscious if you consciously look at the subconscious. You can control it. But it takes time and energy, bring more energy. We go to P6. It sort of connects with the heart and relaxes your heart. And now we're going to go to your eyes and relax the eyes. Okay. Yes, sir.
You need to focus more in conjunction with being totally relaxed.
Conjunction with totally relaxed. Okay.
Total relaxation doesn't mean you have to focus with your mind.
Yeah, the connection. Yeah. Okay, so let's go. That's a challenge for me. Yeah. Meditation, please. I want you to meditate 5 minutes. Try it. Your mind might wander everywhere. That's okay. Because it's practice. As you know, you're a golf player. Practice, you just said practice, practice. Same with everything else. And then there's a time where, you're able to connect the two. And that's also where you can connect the heart and the heartbeat. We'll go to C1 where any dysfunctions in the head will help. Okay. Yes.
I'm kind of staying for the 5 o'clock class.
Okay.
So I would like some help with my eardrum that keeps opening and closing, but on a more metaphysical level. Some help with being able to listen to guidance, listen to my heart.
Okay, we'll do the ears. 4, 5, 6, 7. Do the neck. Usually that's where the problems arise for the hearing. We'll begin. down to the feet. Then we'll go to the frontal lobe. To the hypothalamus. To the pituitary gland. GB14, GB13. And bring the mind together and just relax. And I think the hearing and the listening, they're connected with each other. So once the air is sorted out, then you'll find that there's also a change in how you take in information and how you store it. Go to the limbic brain for everyone. The limbic brain is where a lot of our emotions reside. Fear, love, anger. And the way we live, we use it too much. It was never meant to be used this way. It was never meant to stay on for hours. But we now happen to be in that situation. So our bodies get very anxious, our nerves get very anxious, and then everything begins to run on speed. We can't, as human beings, that's a very difficult order. And the problem is it's not an individual problem because it's a societal problem. If society runs this way, then we run with it in that way. If society consciously decides we're going to slow down, we don't have to live like this, you'll find all of our brain waves will go down. And you'll be at a very different level of how you feel. And the unhappiness will disappear as you solve some of these problems. Okay. Yes. Everybody's so sleepy here. Yes.
Self-trust.
Self-trust. I mean, self-trust is almost like a little bit of insecurity, feeling insecure. Insecure in, I think sometimes it's insecure in knowledge, you know, that one doesn't know where to find the answers. And answers are found together, shared. And it's very difficult at this day and age to find this question of how do you trust, because you have to figure out so much, and there's so much information and disinformation available that it's very difficult. But I think if you go with the heart, and if you go with like deep in your soul and in your stomach, you know, it tells you what's real and what's not real. And then start making sense from that. Because that will help too. Then you're going from commitment. committing is very important, to have commitment. That's also, commitment is also love, and it's also self-love. Because then you sort of, even if you're wrong, but at least you began with saying, I'm committed to this, this is what I'm going to look at, this is what I think, will make a lot of difference. It will ease your own internal body's anxiety, anxiousness of, are you right, are you wrong, or what's happening, So I think that's important to do. Yes. Okay, good go. Just relaxed. Stress, yes, yeah. I think you were in a space that was good. Yeah. Yes, very good. Yeah, that means that your brain waves, are relaxed and fall. Yeah, yeah. Actually, that's when healing really begins. Is when you're in that space. Yeah. And stress is stress, anxiety. We have to really think. One of the things that happens to our brains is that we get fixation, we get fixed ideas. And I think one has to remove oneself from that. If one thing doesn't work, there should always be options to do it another way. Or say, it didn't work,
I get my stress in an ache in my neck, cancer, or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is real. And as we keep working on the cancer, that stress will slowly release itself. And you will feel much better. How are you feeling? Yeah, good. Yes.
Just an openness to, allowing the feelings to come. Right now, I seem to be a little cut off and having a lot of inflammation from the stress and of it, not emoting as the problem is creating a bigger problem.
Yeah.
Anything you can do with kind of a side effect of the antibiotic digestion.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Again, we go back to the limbic brain to just give it some relief. Because we do keep holding our stresses in our body. And the sympathetic nerve does a lot of work, and the parasympathetic nerve does a lot of work. One is opposite to the other. One carries stress, which is automatic. Stress is real in the sense it should be there, but stress shouldn't be there all the time. That's the difference. And when it gets overloaded, then everything breaks down. So this is where we have to sort of train our brains also with how we carry stress. We can't help it, but we should be able to at least some point overcome it as well. And we can overcome things. And also, I think there's a point where one has to say, well, this is not in my hands. Because this control thing, human beings think they can control everything. It's not true. You can't control everything. So, if you can't control everything, you have to release yourself from that space and say, okay, I can only do what I can do, and that's it. The rest is part of humanness. Okay. Yes. You're okay. Focus, yes. We're going to the left side of the brain is the intellect side and the emotional, so we're going to bring both of them together. So that way you can feel and also relate and connect together what needs to be connected. And when you do that, the focus becomes easier. Because that brain has to do a lot of crossing over. And we're going to really tap on the left. There's a lot of things you when one says focus, it's also to do with memory. If your memory is pretty good, you're able to know certain experiences already, and you bring them back. You say, oh, okay, this is connected close to this, so your brain doesn't have to do as much work. So memory is important to bring into focus. Okay? Yes. Sleep? You don't sleep enough, or? Yeah. Okay, yeah, we'll start from T7. This way, then we'll go up. Shoulders, relax the shoulders, and we'll relax the brain. Relax the nerves. Tap on the head on both sides. The motor cortex, the sensory cortex, on the medulla. Ease the trapezia, so that way it relaxes all the nerves at the back of your neck, down your shoulders, down your spinal cord, down the hips, sacrum, the legs, the feet. Yes. Anxiety. Okay, we're going to do both your anxiety and the cancer in the lungs. Okay. These classes, I've been here 15 years with this organization, and we have seen, because this is your first time, so I'm just explaining, we've seen a lot of people recover from cancer. So you're in the right place. And it's a very different kind of healing. It's not, taking chemicals. It's to do with part of your nervous system. We focus on the nervous system, because that's where a lot of the blockages come into being. And as we get rid of the blockages, you're able to recover and become cancer-free. And I want you to be able to talk to people, a lot of people here who have had cancer, who have recovered. So just it gives you the space, time to understand that it's possible. I'm going to work on the anxiety. Because one of the things that's happened within the system is that the minute you hear the word cancer, it's fear. And then it starts from there. Then you never, the recovery is so hard when you get that. And because it's just, cancer is just an association with death. So that's the way everybody sees it. But actually it's not true. If we can visualize it in a different way, which I want you to do, is that all the nerves and all that happened internally, if it can be reversed, why can't one get better? And that's really what, it's reverse. We're doing the reverse. And then you get back to normal. So, like, for example, oxygen is something that lacks. And so we're opening the oxygen. And there's points where you open the oxygen, like I did earlier on your neck. So that's we're trying to open the oxygen so that more oxygen can go back into the system, because cancer doesn't like oxygen. So, and there's many other things that we do. So it's important to talk to everyone, so that way you find what people went through and also how they recovered, and why this is a important collective. And it's very new in the sense it's doesn't practice the old, it has created the new. And this is where we're coming from. So slowly, if you keep coming, you will start to see the difference. Okay, yes. Bitterness and
jealousy.
jealousy.
Between the ages of 1 and 10. That was something I used to deal with.
Yeah. Okay. Go back to the limbic brain. A lot of the emotions, and of course to the frontal lobe. I mean, there's some kind of root to this, and maybe you can't remember it yourself. Just our own memories, but we are born from others, and from others, and from others. Don't know how long, and those are all part of you. So, but we know we can, because we shed all our cells, and I think it's every 7 years we're a new person. So everything is shed, and everything is regenerated. So that's what Tom is: regeneration, generating new cells and generating them for healing is an important phenomenal thing to do. Yeah. And you will be regenerated. And you are regenerated all the time. Yeah. Yes. the grief. Yes. It's important to let go. Sometimes I wonder who's happier, the ones here or the ones that have gone. You know, we miss them. But there's a lot of dimensions where it's not something that we have this habit of thinking we're only in one dimension. It's not true. We're in many dimensions. Somewhere we're also still alive. But it seems like science fiction. And it's okay. I mean, it doesn't have to be a belief. It's just when we say we're one with the universe, what does that really mean? You know? If the particles are the same everywhere, floating, running around, and then they disperse and then they come together again. Wow. And that's how we are. So when we pass, our particles disperse. And then they could come together somewhere else. Anyway. But it's a good way to find how do you separate yourself from, be able to look at grief from a little bit of a distance and find where they're still connected with you, and the memory should stay. The memory should be, fond memories, and I think if we do that, we start to get a certain kind of relief. We start to get some relief, from this feeling of sadness and grief. But it takes time. There's no, it's not something that you do in a hurry. Time plays a really important role in healing. Okay, I'm going to want you to again close your eyes. So we're going to, again, the meditation. I just want you to connect, not just with yourself, but each other. This class is one class, and we're one humanity. And we're here to be healed and to heal. And we do it healing to each other. It's not somebody from me standing here doing the healing. It is you who is doing the healing. We're healing each other. So I'm going to tap on your emotions. Tap on the thalamus gland, then on the pituitary gland. Shower you with lots of lovely hormones, which will make you feel at ease and make you feel well, because that is going to create wellness. And this wave of the mind will ease, and for a little while you'll be fear-free, anger-free, grief-free. We take it down the body. We breathe. We tap on the heart. We tap on the kidneys. Let's get that anger out. Let's get that fear out. on the K22, which is the girl in Homo, where you feel hunger to do with your appetite. The digestive system is very important, and it also connects to your well-being in your mind. So if we can tap for your well-being, you will be well, and you will be able to deal with whatever is necessary. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, good. Okay. Had a nap, right? 40-minute nap. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, yeah, good. Thank you, everyone.
Would you like us to put the chairs back over there?
Please, yes. Yeah. Oh, thank
I wasn't
you.
sure when that